a request this week to talk about children stealing food. Now, with all these things, what we're trying to do is pinpoint some of the reasons. What's the communication that they are telling us by this behaviour? Why do they do it? And then basically replacement strategies. What can we model to them to get them not to do it? When I pick these situations, so somebody said, okay, can you do one about a child stealing food? I have to make up an imaginary case study about a child because each child is different. So if I give you a solution today, you might say, well, that's totally not what this child's doing. And that's fair enough. If you look at the functions behaviour, sensory. Now, they might want a food of a different texture because they might want to play with it. Really and truly, that's one of the key things, that tactile thing that they really want. But the other thing as well is if you go and steal food off another child, say for instance all the children having a snack and the child goes and steals the crisps of another child, it usually gets a really good reaction and all the other children start screaming and they think he's hilarious, the initial child that steals the food. So they might like the sensory sound of everybody escalating. And it's like pushing a big red button. They're going to do it and they're going to keep on doing it. And if you come over as an adult and go, no, don't do this, they're going to keep on pushing the button because it's a stimulatory activity. So that is one of the most common reasons I've ever seen them to do that. To escape, it's not really escape. But if they don't want to eat the food that they've got, they can escape eating the food they've got by chucking that in the bin and going and stealing somebody else's. So they might hate the food that they've got. Attention, we've already covered to a certain extent, but it gives you negative attention from others, and it means the adult has to stay with you as well. If you're marauding around the room, running around, the adult's got to stay with you. That means, brilliant, you get a one-to-one, you get all their attention. So even if you get up and look to go across, you get their attention. And then people might start going, okay, oh, you're going to be a bit of hassle, you're in a bit of trouble. Okay, I'll give you an iPad. So there might be, okay, I'll give you something to calm you down, to stop you doing all these things. So people get better treatment the more fuss that they cause. Tangible, so I want the food, give me the food. Usually it's because they like the food that other people have got. And also they might feel like they get a reward out of it through that ABC, that reinforcement of, okay, antecedent, I want somebody else's food, or I want an iPad. Behaviour, run around the room, steal stuff from other people. Consequence, I get to go and do what I want. So the other thing that happens as well is often we move students outside or to a different area if they keep on doing that. So what we're finding is instead of the student going, oh, please, can I go to a quiet area? They go, if I kick up enough of a fuss, the adult's going to move me to a quiet area. So their way of communicating is going, okay, I'm going to steal the food. Oh, look, they've sent me to a quiet area. Brilliant. The part that we're missing, so that's quite formulaic, and that's something that we always do. We look at the functions of the behaviour, we look at the ABC, what might we be reinforcing, and that I fully suggest that to absolutely everyone. The parts that we're missing here is why people would do those sorts of things. And if you look at, say, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, first step, physiological. Okay, are they hungry? Have you told them, okay, you can't have food till snack, and they've come in, they haven't had breakfast and they're starving? And we as an adult are deciding what they can and can't have. Two, on a personal, social level, that actually they might really like annoying that adult because that adult is irritating. So that's fine. If you go on the Maslow safety and security part of it, well, actually, do they feel safe in the knowledge that they're safe in the classroom, that people aren't going to punish them, that people aren't going to react badly, and that they know where the next meal is coming? So often we have students and children and people from all walks of life, and some of them don't know when they're going to get the next meal. Or even if they do now, they don't believe it, or in the past people have withheld food from them. And sometimes that's bad teaching practice, and sometimes that's family life or finances or those sorts of things. So you'll see people, even if their life is stable now, hoarding food and also demanding food.